Hey, YouTube, the Music Man 1310 here, and I just wanted to clear out a few things that has been going on in my mind. And I see this a lot when people play a game seriously or competitively, whichever you want to call it. But I see two types of people in team-based games, I guess you can say. First off, you have the regular players, which pretty much play the game for whatever reason, because it's fun, because of competition. Then you have the team leaders. I say that very loosely and even put in air quotes. But a lot of those team leaders that I see, they don't really seem like team leaders. They seem more like they're trying to gain control of a team, like kind of be a boss, so to speak. And I don't mean be a boss like the song, like a boss, but what I do mean is that they try to tell everybody what to do and they do virtually nothing themselves. Now, that is not true in the workplace. Bosses do a lot of work. I studied business management and there is a lot of work involved. So if you ever think that your boss is just sitting in his office doing nothing but maybe playing Galaga, think again because there's a lot of things that bosses do in the workplace. But for now, I'm talking about it in the video game world. There is a huge difference between being a leader and being a boss. Like I said about being a boss, they're practically the people that just give orders and expect the team to do them while they just sit back and do nothing or do their own thing, however you want to call it. But these are the people that pretty much overestimate their skills. I was about to say overcompensate, but I wasn't sure if that was the right term. So, pretty much the people that overestimate their skills and try to tell everybody else what to do, they're pretty much the bosses because I've seen a lot of bosses, and most of those just don't even know what they're talking about. Yeah, even now, I would like to backlash, but at the same time, I don't consider myself a good player most of the time, especially when I look at the leaderboard and I see that I'm not doing that great. But if I am doing that great, then that's when you'll see me backlash at people who try to take control of the team. But until that happens, I don't have a say in anything. Now, the difference with that than being a leader, most professional teams, those team captains that you see, those are team leaders. They not only tell other people what to do or how to do something, but they themselves are involved. They're a team player. So the main difference between bosses and team leaders are that bosses are more like they just stand up above everybody else and pretty much tell everybody else what to do. While leaders, on the other hand, they actually participate with the team. Yes, they're highly respected. Yes, they are the ones that call the shots. But all in all, they put themselves about the same level as the team, which to me, it's better to be a leader than to be a boss, especially when it comes to professional video games. Now, I say that because a lot of bosses they tend to get their emotions all worked up and they get frustrated that things aren't going out and they're not doing anything to help it really. But no, but really those type of bosses aggravate me. It almost makes me cry to see that these type of people exist in a game that's supposed to be team based. Um, and even though I'm having Call of Duty in the background, I'm actually going to pick on League of Legends for a little bit. So, pretty much, if you don't know what League of Legends is, it's a free to play game that's very similar to Dota 2 in the fact that there's a three lane map with kind of like in a forest between each lane that has neutral minions. Now, in League of Legends, normally the team setup is you have one guy that goes top lane, one guy that goes the middle lane, two people, one that carries an attack damage and another that supports that attack damage carrier or ADC, and then you have one that kind of roams in the jungle and kills off the neutral minions to gain XP. Now, this is supposed to be a team based game simply because each player in each lane has a specific role that if one of them goes down, then it's not going to look good for the team at all. Now, what those rules are is that you can have the fighter, which deals a lot of damage and can take as many. You have the tank that doesn't deal that much damage, but can sure take a lot of damage. You have the mages, which doesn't really rely on attack damage, so to say. They more rely on ability powers or magic damage, if that's how you want to see it. you have the ADCs, which they deal a huge amount of damage, but they can be very squishy, which is why they have the support, which is supposed to help the ADC weaken the opponent, making the kill that much easier. Now, I've been in a lot of League of Legends game. If you don't know, no, I do play League of Legends. I main top, jungle, and support, but I played a lot of League of Legends games where not only is there one guy that trash talks a lot, but that one guy also tries to take control of the team. Now, this kind of pushes me away from League of Legends simply because I'm trying to play the game to have fun, not really for a competition stance, although I wouldn't mind doing an official League of Legends tournament, but for that I need to practice up, and I don't consider myself a good League of Legends player. But we're not talking about player skills, we're talking about leadership skills. So pretty much what I would like to see in a team leader that I'm pretty sure I will see if I actually rank up to the higher tier ranks like gold, platinum, masters, all that. What I would like to see is I would like to see players that are more team leaders than they are bosses. Because the lower tier that you are in the ranking system, or even as you're leveling up, the more players that are trying to give out commands and not really put in their fair share. Now, in Call of Duty terms, I don't see any of that, mostly because the trash talkers, I normally play up against them, or in the in the case where I do play with a group of trash talkers, I pretty much make it my purpose to carry the team. I do consider myself a better Call of Duty player than I do League of Legends, simply because I've been playing Call of Duty more dedicated. Is that even a word? I've been dedicated to Call of Duty more than I have League of Legends, which is not that bad either. I mean, I know how to play both games. I know the logistics. So, but again, we're not talking about my personal player skills, and I keep on getting off topic. So, what I have as far as advice is not only if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, because people do take negative feedback negatively. There's no other way of putting it. For instance, going back to League of Legends, if I see somebody trying to tell me exactly what to do, and every time I die because I get outplayed, I take the fault, which I would gladly take the fault. But at the same time, I remember that there was this one person that told one of our teammates, and I was there to go backdoor on bottom lane while we were in middle lane and trying to hold off there. But then he died, I died, and what the guy did was that he pretty much used the all chat system to say that our third guy bailed on us when he specifically told him to go, which to me just irks me. So, so pretty much when you're playing a team-based game, I encourage you to be more team leaders, not bosses, team leaders. That means that you have to pull in your own weight. You need to know exactly what you're doing, and it also helps if you know what all the others will do. One of the reasons why I started off this Monday with roles of a pro team is because I am familiar with each role of a pro team. I'm using Call of Duty as an example, but I may branch onto League of Legends once that series is done. So pretty much, just don't be a boss. Nobody's going to like you if you're the ones telling orders, but you don't even know what you're doing, because then that's just going to lead to bad team cohesive. I guess you can say. I really don't know what to say about that, and that would in turn cause a loss. Now, most people in Call of Duty would rage quit before they pretty much take the loss, but in League of Legends, they actually stay for as long as they can until the team agrees to surrender. And for some odd reason, a surrender for surrenders to succeed, it's not the majority 3 out of 5. No, it needs to be either 4 against 1 or 5 against no one. So practically only one person is allowed to be the devil's advocate. But anyways, to recap this, pretty much do your part, know what you're doing, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more. I do have a Twitter, it'll be in the description below, and this is the Music Man 1310 signing out. Peace.